Hi, my name is Julie Dominguez, and I am running for a state Senate seat in Indiana's District 16. A little bit about me. I have been a teacher for over 25 years. I'm a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and an invested community member. My policies are well researched, and the majority of them are nonpartisan. If you'd like to find out more information about me and the policies that I have put forth to make Indiana a better place, you can find me on Facebook with the group 25 Women for 2020. They also have a website. I have several candidate videos that you can choose from with different topics, from things like state option healthcare for all who want it, rural broadband, internet, alternative energy, especially renewables, and educational funding, just to name a few. You can also find more about me and my policies on my website at dominguez416.com. That's my last name, DOMINGUEZFOR, the number 16.com, and you can also find me on Facebook. Please feel free to contact me. I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you for your time.
My name is Laura Fred Smith, and I'm running for Indiana Senate in District 18. Indiana Senate District 18 covers Cass, Fulton, and Miami counties, and parts of Carroll, Kosciuszko, and Marshall counties. And I am a lifelong Hoosier, and I say that because the Indiana General Assembly has redrawn our district lines time and time again. And I grew up in a union family with a healthcare worker as a mother. And I had my first son when I was 17, but even though that happened, I graduated high school in good standing. I went to college and was on the dean's list and was able to graduate with a bachelor's degree, and then went on to get a master's degree in building level administration. I've been a teacher for the last 20 years, and in those 20 years, I have seen how students in Indiana struggle because 92% of our schools are suffering teacher shortages. While I walk the district in District 18, I have seen pretty much how everybody in our counties want the same thing. They care about quality education for their students, including rural broadband access. They care about quality health care, including making sure they have access to prescription drug prices that are not exorbitant. And they care about making sure we have a healthy environment. So the General Assembly is ran by Republicans right now, and they have voted time and again to not raise teacher pay. They have voted not to lower prescription drug prices. They have voted not to increase minimum wage, and they have not been taking care of our Hoosier families that the rest of us want them to do. So when I get into the Senate, I'm going to look out for Hoosier families. I'm going to look out for the education in our state, and I'm going to make sure that our environment is healthy and we are healthy with good health care. So my name is Laura Fred Smith, and I'm asking for your vote in Senate District 18.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Belinda Drake, candidate for Indiana State Senate in District 32, which covers the east and southeast side of Indianapolis, which includes Perry, Warren, Center, and Franklin Township, which are all part of Marion County here in Indianapolis. And I want to just take a moment to say thank you to the Indiana Federation of Democratic Women for having us here today. And thank you for inviting me to join you all and speak with you all virtually. And I also want to say thank you to all the female candidates that's running for office this year. We all know how important it is to have more women elected to office. And so I'm grateful to be here with you, to be running for office this year in 2020. And if anybody is looking to join our campaign or just looking to learn more about our campaign here for Senate District 32, please take a look at our website. It's belindadrake.com. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ashley Eason, and I'm a Democratic candidate for the Indiana State Senate this year in District 36. That district is the heart of downtown Indianapolis, south into Perry Township, and a bit of Greenwood and Johnson County. I'm really thankful for the Indiana Federation of Democratic Women for putting on this program, giving me a chance to speak to you, and for the work that they do day in and day out to support women in our community and across our state. By day, I'm a nonprofit worker, and I work to achieve great outcomes with often limited resources. And I'm also a problem solver. I just happen to believe that most problems can be solved if we work hard, if we listen to each other, and if we look to find common ground. And I also have experience building coalitions of Republicans and Democrats across the state of Indiana, working together on important issues, and also across the Midwest. And I'm running to fight for good paying jobs, to protect public schools, and to fight against extremist voices in the state Senate, and be an independent voice for my neighbors here in the 36th. And my opponent's allies have proposed millions of dollars of budget cuts to public schools in the middle of a global pandemic. But I will never turn my back on teachers and students. And that means fighting for fair teacher pay as well. And I'll also fight for more affordable and high quality health care. And that also means pushing for paid family leave to be standard across the whole state of Indiana. My opponent believes that state house lawmakers know more about women's health care than their own doctors. And if my opponent is reelected, he will fight against a woman's right to choose every day. But I know that Hoosiers are hurting, and the status quo just isn't good enough. And they need someone who will fight for their interests every day, not just in election years. And I happen to believe that my neighbors on the south side of Indy and Greenwood deserve a voice that looks out for their interests with compassion, with integrity, and I'm just ready to get to work.
Yesterday, I was having a conversation with a future leader of Indiana Federation of Democratic Women. I was talking to my daughter, and she was struggling with an assignment in the 6th grade. She had an assignment that she had to decide whether or not Zeus in Greek mythology, putting hope into Pandora's box, whether that was malicious or benevolent. And we had a good conversation about that. And she said, Mom, I think it's a little bit of both, but mostly I think it's wise, because here's why. Putting hope into that box of all the other evils of this world, it tells us and reminds us that there's nothing we can do to address racism, to address hate and evil. We have to actually do work. We actually have to put our hope into action. That to take hope out of that box, it has to be put into action. We can't just hope for hope's sake. We have to work. And what Indiana Federation of Democratic Women does, we organize, we make sure that we are putting our hope into action. And now more than ever, we need that action. We're going to pick up some seats in the House, and we're going to pick up some seats in the Senate. I feel it. Right here in Indiana, we're going to make that happen. And it's because of all of the action and organizing that the Indiana Federation has done. We have a lot on our plate right now. And when we see the West Coast burning and the Southern Coast drowning, and we've got a global pandemic across this world, we need to make sure that we're not keeping that hope in a box, that we are using it, but not hope for hope alone. We need to make sure that our actions are creating that change, that every day we're waking up and doing all that we can to create the change that we so seek in this world, right here in our backyard. Thank you so much for what you do. I look forward to being together soon. Again, I'm Shelley Yoder, running for Indiana State Senate, District 40.
My name is Deb Porter, and I'm running for Indiana House District 4, which is in Porter County. It includes all of Valparaiso and some of the surrounding townships. I am running against 16-year incumbent Ed Soliday. I am a public school teacher who has watched my profession, my contract, my compensation package be decimated by legislative action. They have deliberately cut funding to public education and given preference to charter and voucher private religious schools. Both of my adult children have moved away from Indiana to areas where they are free from asthma and allergies caused by the environmental conditions here. Clean air and clean water are essential to a high quality of life. Here in Valparaiso, I serve on the board and volunteer for an agency that provides affordable and high-quality preschool education and childcare, after-school care for low-income children, and a neighborhood food pantry. The need for our services continues to increase, and there appears to be no relief in sight as our unemployment continues to rise. Women in Indiana are especially vulnerable. Not only do they earn a fraction of what men earn in the same job, they pay an additional price in career advancement because of the lack of childcare causes more missed time from work. Lack of paid time off means more women will lose their job when a child is sick or childcare is unavailable. Women also suffer with the high maternal mortality rate and the high infant mortality rate in our state. The lack of mental health care places a strain on many of our families, and it should also be noted that Indiana ranks dead last in quality of care and availability of beds for nursing homes or long-term care facilities. We can do better, and having an energetic, compassionate, social justice oriented woman such as myself representing the 4th District will help improve the living conditions for all Hoosiers.
Hi, my name is Naomi Bechtold. I'm running to be your state representative in Indiana's House District 24. Because of COVID-19, I thought the best way to reach you would be by video. If I was talking with you at your door, I'd be asking you to tell me what's the most important issues that you want for me to work on when I get elected to the State House this November. But since we can't do that, I've been calling voters, and I want to tell you what I've found to be the most important issues that need to be fixed. We need to prioritize funding of public education, assure people have access to affordable health care, and that we feel safe at our homes and at school. I'm running to be your voice and to be a leader in working to fix these issues. So please visit my website, bechtoldforindiana.com, for information on me and my candidacy. And finally, I ask for your vote this November. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name's Julie Snyder, and I'm running for state representative from District 33. I am a public school teacher and have been for over 23 years. My motivation for running right now has a lot to do with public education, but also has to do a lot with the fact that I live in an extremely rural district that I feel like has been ignored for quite some time, whether it's infrastructure or economic development or healthcare. The people in my district are really suffering. We have high rates of poverty, high rates of opioid addiction. Um, People are struggling without access to healthcare. And so, obviously, those are topics that are near and dear to my heart. When I win this election and I get to serve in the state legislature, I will definitely be an advocate for public education. Number one, I am not a fan of the voucher program. I feel like our education system right now is drastically underfunded. Um, as a teacher, I see every day that we do not have the resources we need to help all of our students. And I hope to do something about that when I'm there. I also would love to attract higher paying jobs to Indiana, not just my district, but to the state. And we can do that by creating new green energy jobs. Every every district, every area of the state is able to do this, and I think that it would be a great way to help economic development while also helping with the impact of climate change. So um, you can look me up on my website at juliesnyder33.com, or you can find me on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you.
Over the last couple years, I've spent time talking to thousands of voters, and one of the most important things I've learned from these conversations is that fundamentally, we all want the same things: for our families to be happy, healthy, safe, and nearby. But now, more than ever, families are struggling. Healthcare is too expensive, public schools are underfunded, and our elected representatives are prioritizing partisanship over the real issues, which doesn't help anyone. We need new voices in the State House, strong voices who will speak for all Hoosier families and stand with them, not be a front for special interests. I'm committed to fighting for your family's priorities, including making prescription drugs more affordable, improving all public schools, and building a more inclusive Indiana. Todd Houston and his supermajority, they've had their chance to serve us, and they let us down. Hoosiers deserve better. I'm Amy Rivera-Cole, and I'm committed to you.
Hi. My name is Marty Lamert, and I am an attorney here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I am running to become the next state representative for District 52. That is Northwest Allen County, DeKalb County, and a southern part of Steuben County. And as a working mom and as a lawyer in labor employment law that has been practicing for over 25 years, I know that life for Hoosier families right now isn't ideal. Because Indiana might be a state that works, and Hoosiers do work hard, but it is a state that works for less, especially if you're a woman. In 2017, a study was done that showed Indiana was 49th out of 50 states for the pay disparity between men and women, where men were making 37% more than their female peers. Worse yet, the Indiana State Legislature gutted teacher bargaining rights back in 2011, gutted the common wage law, which cut construction worker pay, and has failed to raise the minimum wage in the state for many, many years. My hope is to go to the State House to start working on and rectifying some of those situations and many other issues that need to be addressed and have been woefully overlooked. It is my hope that with your help, I will be able to go down to the State House and not be the exception, as Ruth Bader Ginsburg warned against, but to be one of the rule makers in Indianapolis. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cindy Reinhardt, and I'm running to represent you in District 58 in Indiana. After owning my own law practice and international business, I understand what it takes to get things done. You have to be tough. You have to find a goal. You have to do everything you can to meet that goal. No one will be tougher than me on supporting teachers and K-12 education. Resolving veterans issues. As an auxiliary member and a volunteer, I know what issues affect veterans and retired veterans every day. Bringing clean energy jobs to Indiana and to our district, and also battling the opioid epidemic. This year, in November, when the going gets tough, vote for me as the toughest candidate in the job.
Hello, IFDW. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Alyssa Bailey, and I'm running for state representative for House District 62. House District 62 encompasses most of Greene County and parts of Monroe, Martin, and Davies County. I am a special education teacher by day. I'm currently teaching my 6th year at White River Valley Elementary in Worthington, Indiana, where both of my kiddos attend. I have a 1st grader and a preschooler there. My husband works at Crane, and we live in Bloomfield, Indiana, in Greene County. I am an Army veteran. I served 6 years in the National Guard, and I'm a current member of the Air Force Reserves, completing my 2nd year in just a few weeks. I decided to run for state representative because I felt like our rural districts were not being heard. And as a special education teacher, I'm advocating for my students and families on a daily basis. So it was really hard to look around in my area and my communities and realize that nobody was advocating for us. So I decided to step in and be that voice. And as a teacher, I really want to focus my platform on how important it is to read. And by read, I mean revitalizing our district by focusing on education, affordable and accessible quality healthcare, including mental health services, and developing our economy. You can find more information out about me at www.electalyssabailey.com, or you can follow me on Facebook at electbailey2020. I am encouraging you, please reach out. Please let me know what I can do to better represent you and your families. I really do mean it when I say I want to be a voice for my district. I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.